Hello friends and welcome to True Reporting. It is February 1st and on today's podcast we'll be going over a Greg Rubini Twitter thread. We'll also be going over some memes and Q is back. So a very important podcast for today. I know I've been gone a long time. I still am having technical difficulties with the green screen back here. That should be up and running by next Friday, this coming Friday, which would be February 8th, just in time for the State of the Union address. So without further ado, would you please go ahead and click the bell to get notifications so when I post, you'll be the first to know. Also, follow me on Twitter at True Reporting, and don't forget to leave a like. The more likes on this video that it receives, the more times it is recommended to other viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. And with that being said, my friends, let's go ahead and hop into it. This is True Reporting. So we see here, guys, it says, from Greg Rubini, yesterday, 3 important events happened. The thread, A, the State of the Union speech announced to be scheduled on February 5th. Acting Attorney General Whitaker said Mueller investigation almost completed. That is huge. And this is a source from AP Alternative Press, and I will leave this video within the link, pretty much boiling it down, saying that the Mueller investigation is almost complete. We can continue on. It says, second, in this, FBI anon here. Jim Comey and John Brennan have been indicted by a grand jury. The indictment will be made public 2 weeks from Friday. 2 weeks from Friday, January 25th, means February 8th. So again, hopefully by that time I will be back up and running, well-oiled machine ready to go, right? So this is what the FBI anon, and if you don't know who that is, before Q there was FBI anon. There were a couple other anons out there that I believe were the predecessor to what then became QAnon. I believe that they were testing the ground with big names like FBI anon, and then they found that people were catching on and looking at it, so then they went forward. The alliance went forward with QAnon. So he says here, FBI anon here, Jim Comey and John Brennan have been indicted by a grand jury. The indictments will be made public 2 weeks from Friday. How will you celebrate? I want to thank Zoda Stone at Zoda Stone, so please follow whoever that may be, for bringing this precious nugget to my attention. This FBI anon information fits with other info we have, so I consider it plausible, Greg Rubini says. There's no question in my mind that the Mueller team has been working undercover for Trump since May 16th, 2017. Witch hunt. Witch hunt equals hunting the witch. Who is the witch? Absolutely. This is a Trump tweet from December 13, 2018, and it says, witch hunt. I've been writing on this since April 29th, 2018. So do not ask for sources. Don't be lazy. Use Twitter advanced search, and you will find many threads I have devoted to this topic. If you are unaware of who Greg Rubini is, Greg Rubini has basically gone from 10,000 followers on Twitter to about 60,000 followers in a very short amount of time. This guy definitely has great intel, a very smart guy. And actually, I've been conversing with him back and forth through Twitter, Messenger. He will only allow certain people to use his content. I believe it is In Pursuit of Truth, The Patriot Hour, and me, True Reporting. So if you do see other people out there using his content without permission, definitely let him know so that, it's good because this guy's doing a lot of work. And I asked him, professionally and all this and that. And he's a really good guy. So I'm sure if somebody wants to use his content, they could ask him and, he will let them know. So with that being said, I digress. It says here, in a debate on October 9th, 2016, Trump said, I will appoint a special prosecutor to the investigating Hillary Clinton. Is this special prosecutor Mueller? The answer is yes. He says it right here. Trump says he will appoint a special prosecutor to go after Hillary Clinton. It's a YouTube video. I will also leave that in the link. It will be in this thread. If you do not believe it, it means you do not believe Trump. If you don't believe Trump, you are not a patriot, he says. And if you are not a patriot, I do not want you here on my timeline. Full stop. And I'm pretty sure that my friend Cladstein Roz won. So let's see what this guy is. Cladstein Rosenstein. Okay. Rod Rosenstein agrees. So a lot of people on the fence about that too. And there's no question in my mind that Rod Rosenstein has been working for Trump the whole time, he says. Since Trump nominated Rosenstein on February 1st, 2017, if you do not believe it, means you think Trump is an idiot. If you consider Trump an idiot, I don't want you here, he says. So we see Rudy Giuliani shaking hands with Rod Rosenstein. Really big smiles, everything. Seems like they're friends. Rod Rosenstein, perhaps a patriot. Rudy Giuliani, perhaps a patriot. It says right here, back on topic. And I've gone over these pictures before in one of his other threads. It says here, think military strategy, think war, because this is a war, the war against the deep state. Rosenstein and Mueller's team have been working for 2 years now to get all the required evidence to nail down HRC, Hussein, Brennan, Comey, Loretta Lynch, Sally Yates, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, Susan Rice, and the others, the deep state rats. The charges will be treason, sedition, conspiracy against a duly elected U.S. president, seditious rather, violations of the Espionage Act, and many more. The punishment for the above crimes is the death penalty. We know from several sources, Bruce Orr, Lisa Page, Bill Priestap, are cooperating witnesses, he says. Since June 2017, others have been cooperating too. Military tribunals are in full swing since January 2nd, 2019. On September 5th, 2018, Senator Graham and Brett Kavanaugh laid the groundwork for military tribunals and executions. I've also gone over that. It says here in quote, American citizens who collaborate with the enemy are enemy combatants. So American citizens who collaborate with the enemy are just as guilty. Details on military tribunals on this thread. It says here, Graham, post 9/11, we have been at war and it's called the war on terrorism. Do you agree with that concept? We have 4 dates pinpointed, he says. February 5th is the State of the Union. February 7th, William Barr Senate confirmation vote as Attorney General. February 8th, FBI Anon leak on Brennan and Comey indictments becoming public. And February 15th, back to a government shutdown part 2. And it says here, on the Mueller report, we don't have a date yet. Logically, it would happen on February 8th if the FBI Anon info is correct. And that's talking about Jim Comey and John Brennan being indicted. And this is all when all hell will break loose, he says. From Dr. Dave John to sources, and from my personal sources, we know that the military trial will be made public. That's the John Brennan trial will be public. The Brennan trial will be broadcasted live. Think like the Kavanaugh hearings. Whoa. Even CNN will be broadcasting it, he says. After Brennan and Comey's trials, it will be James Clapper's turn. Clapper equals Obama's DNI director. James Clapper wanted the NSA administrator Mike Rogers. He fired NSA director Mike Rogers November 17th, 2016. James Clapper charges treason, seditious conspiracy, Espionage Act, death penalty, or lifetime in jail, he says. The Patriot Hour has produced a video based on this thread of mine. It's a masterpiece, a must watch. So very cool. Definitely check that out. Back to the FBI Anon post. FBI Anon here. James Comey and John Brennan have been indicted by a grand jury. The indictment will be public 2 weeks from Friday, making that February 8th. Oh, wait, there's more to it. After that FBI Anon posted, I have seen the indictments, FBI Anon says. Not teasing, I have seen the indictments. I will get drunk and blank on Rosenstein's desk. So FBI Anon may not be aware of what Greg Rubini knows from his sources, that Rod Rosenstein perhaps could be a white hat. And this, he says, the Clinton Foundation is in front of the grand jury now in Arkansas. 2 months for the Clintons, he says. Boom. That is huge. 2 months left for the Clintons. In this, I will give you one more clue. Trump just posted on Twitter, the axe will fall, Trump knows. Really? We will continue on. Read Trump's post very carefully in light of what has been said here. Okay, well, let's look at it. Trump's tweet of January 26th. If Roger Stone was indicted for lying to Congress, what about the lying done by Comey, Brennan, Clapper, Lisa Page, and Lover Baker, and so many others? This is what he says. What about Lisa and Peter's deleted text and Weiner's laptop? Woo, much more, he says. We all know that there was a life insurance plan or file on the Weiner laptop. Is that the Hillary video? Is that Uma Abedin's video? God only knows. What about the FBI and Hillary and her 33,000 deleted emails? What about Lisa and Peter Strzok and Weiner's laptop? Much more. So, oh well, he says, and we can continue on. He's got 4 more, and we'll continue into the next part of the podcast. Hidden in plain sight, and here we have the axe. Same day of FBI Anon's post, January 26th. Thank you to Georgia Girl, at Nini Nat for the heads up. It says the axe falls quickly at BuzzFeed and Huffington Post. Headline: New York Post. Fake news and a bad journalism have caused a big downturn. Sadly, many others will follow. The people want the truth. The axe in relation to this FBI Anon post of the same day, January 26th. I will give you one more clue. Trump just posted on Twitter, the axe will fall. Trump knows, he says. Trump, the axe will fall quickly. Coincidence. Unbelievable, guys. Like I said, Greg Rubini is very good to follow on Twitter. I believe he definitely has very good intel, in my honest opinion. He says here, military tribunals. Okay, let me see how many death penalty sentences there will be. He says, until now I counted 16. Now these are abbreviated, so some of these I do not know, but I will name you the big players. John Brennan, George Soros, Peter Strzok, Sally Yates, John Clapper, Hussein, Valerie Jarrett. Valerie Jarrett, Hussein, and George Soros are enemy combatants. Let's see. Hillary Clinton, McCain, he's gone. Dick Cheney, continuing. George H.W. Bush, Andrew McCabe, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, Chuck Schumer, Condoleezza Rice, and there are others. So definitely something to think about, guys. I believe that we are in for a very big year. Trust me on that, guys. It's only February 1st. Be patient. Stuff's happening. I wanted to go over these Q posts real quick because it has a lot to do with what's actually happening in the mainstream news. He says here, so this is from January 13th, was his last time of posting. So February 1st, he says, he left us with Democratic Party con. When you can't raise money organically through party, individual donations, voter base, you steal it from the American taxpayer and give it to yourself in the form of campaign contributions. $1.5 billion provided in taxpayer fundings over 3-year period. Planned Parenthood spent $30 million, disclosed real estimates close to $65 million in taxpayer subsidies to influence the outcome of the 2018 midterm elections. That is complete collusion, right? Should it be legal for the taxpayer, Democrat, Republican, or Independent, to fund these organizations and donate massive amounts of money to the Democrat Party in an effort to sway an election? Absolutely not. Basically, it says your hard-earned tax dollars at work, vote, vote, vote. And so in referencing to that, it says last post before going dark, referencing Planned Parenthood. What events followed that post? Coincidence? Anons understand. And we see here outrage as the video shows Virginia abortion bill sponsor saying plan would allow termination up until birth. So if your son or daughter is born on May 31st and on May 30th, the woman wants to get rid of the baby, it's good to go. If you want to do it in Virginia and New York, I believe that's where we stand. So definitely Q is back. He also posted this picture right here. I would like to blow that up. Basically, it's just fighter jets flying. I don't know where. Obviously, probably some covert mission. So yeah, photo of fighter jets. And we can go back to, wanted to show you this real quick before we round off things. This is about the coincidence theorist. Nothing to see here, move along, he says. I'll blow this up for you so you can see it better. If there are hospitals near or next to Planned Parenthoods, that would be a logical place for the bulk shipments to be going. Likely under the guise of research. Absolutely. They have the refrigeration infrastructure to deal with these shipments without drawing note from the electrical companies. And such a strange shipment could easily be concealed. Research. It says, effing Moloch worshippers, God's strength be with you all in this dig. And P.S. I'm willing to be the healthcare companies that run these hospitals have interesting political ties. Absolutely. So, a great dig right there. I mean, it's pretty apparent that there's direct connection from Planned Parenthood to hospitals. I mean, it is what it is. This is also from an anonymous. It says, that is fascinating. He's talking about the Mueller investigation is wrapping up and there's no evidence of collusion. Trump, Rosenstein. This is from the 30th of January. And Mueller have been in the investigation since day one. A key element of the Mueller investigation was a complete vetting of the P dossier. The final report will make clear Trump was subject of the investigation, and bonus will be the debunking of the dossier. Also, Comey and Brennan will be indicted soon. A grand jury has returned indictments, and they will be made public next week. Also, McCabe will be indicted in the next 10 days. Woo! That is fascinating, Anon says. Can't take credit for some of those, but believe that you will. Time will prove who is right. Clinton is toast. The grand jury won't discuss where it is nailing the foundation right this very moment. As I mentioned, Trump is in the know, and a review of some of his tweets from the weekend is pointing to this. He does have a sense of humor. The Stone indictment is not what you think. Let it play out. Keep in mind the lying to Congress angle is in play to catch a lot bigger fish than the Trump folks. What I believe is that these indictments from Roger Stone, there was also another one, I believe, of a Chinese spy. These indictments are being brought forward. So again, if we see a John Brennan trial in front of us for treason, that's just going to make the public more comfortable with seeing big names like Hussein, Hillary, George Soros, Lisa Page, Peter Strzok, these names, and many, many more, right? George H.W. Bush, a ton of people, Dick Cheney. It's just making us more comfortable in being able to take it. Not so shockingly, right? It says here, actually, I should have said that they are already indicted. The indictments will be unsealed by Whitaker next week, so we'll have to wait and see. Did you ladies ever suspect why I mentioned next week? The State of the Union is just the beginning. Bothered to figure out who is in the Justice Department I was referencing? This bee is knee-deep in treason, and her ass is going to prison. As far as the wall goes, there are folks in the CIA who make a lot of money for other things, from drug smuggling. Don't know if they're part of this. Don't know. I do know the wall is important. 16 months ago, a group tried to smuggle in some very bad stuff. I have heard Trump is going to declassify the intel and talk about it at the State of the Union, but who knows? Whoa. Let's see. It says here, tell us what you really think. Look, the senior boys and girls at the Justice and FBI never believed Trump would win and just lose, and they just lost their minds. What was really bad, though, they were going to crucify Trump and destroy him if he lost the election. Clinton's people were all over the Justice and FBI threatening folks if they did not nail Trump, she would fire every last one of them after the election. Whoa. Enjoyed this. Have to go, not my system. Given a few things to think about. Talk about the time. Take the time to look at Trump's tweets from Saturday. Also keep in mind, Mike Rogers has been in on this from day one. God knows all the stuff he has. That is why Obama is scared to fire him. Was scared to fire him, right? One last thing. This is why the State of the Union and all of this is coming together right now. Also, what is going on at the border right now, that will destroy the Democrats. Good night. Had to respond. This is blah, 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 blah. This is put out by the mainstream media crap. If what Clinton did in Haiti ever comes out, well, that's far worse than this list. Maybe. I don't know about that. Look, guys, think of it as the Super Bowl of corruption. Just get the popcorn and enjoy the show. Like I said, this is about something a lot more important. You might want to think about what this is. So, guys, a lot of big things. February 8th seems to me like it is going to be a very, very big day. It is good to be back. I promise you, all of this behind me will be really cool. I only had so much time to work with a video and audio guy, but I will definitely be back up with the studio. This is basically 3/4 of it. A lot of new things are happening for this channel, and I really appreciate all the support. If you found this enjoyable and you found it informative, please subscribe to my channel. Please follow me on Twitter at True Reporting, and don't forget to leave a like and share this video. You can also donate to this channel by going to my PayPal or my Patreon in the description box below. And guys, I really thank you. I've missed doing this. I feel like this is going to be a very big month. I think the State of the Union will definitely open up a lot on these evil people. So guys, I will talk to you very soon. I hope you are being kind and loving to one another. I know you are. Be safe out there, fellow digital soldiers, and we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.